Hi, hope you're having a great day. Welcome to this part 2 of the series Wellness with Experts. My name is Nishtha from BeYourAwesome.in and I'm a life and fertility coach. We are joined today with Dr. Sneha and we are doing this series with her on how to increase your chances of conception naturally. Welcome, Dr. Sneha. Let me introduce you to our viewers first. Dr. Sneha is based out of Bangalore. She's a lifestyle consultant, a naturopathy doctor, and a yoga master too. She has an MD in acupuncture and she is specializing in fertility acupuncture. Dr. Sneha has been practicing for more than 12 years and she has seen more than 80% success rate with her patients. So I'm very, very thankful to you to be able to, give us time and share your knowledge with us.
Thank you so much for having me, Nishtha.
So, Doctor, this conversation is all about how do you increase your chances of conception naturally. And in the last part 1, we spoke about, the challenges that the human race collectively is facing in reproduction, right? So, by the way, if you haven't watched part 1, please go and see it right now. So, here I want to talk about what are you seeing as the issues? What do the stats look like, and how can someone help themselves, whether they're taking assisted reproduction or they're trying naturally?
So today, as the global fertility rate is declining and we're all aware that 1 in 5 couples are facing issues when conceiving, I must say that this has become like a project or something like, like a target or corporate goal that you need to achieve. So I encounter many times very young couples, who just married for 5 or 6 years and who are trying to conceive, and they're already gone through some three or four rounds of embryo transfer cycles and failed IVF cycles. They come and approach me. So what I feel is people are getting subjected to a lot of hormonal treatments too frequently, or either because they don't have patience or they don't have time to achieve this collectively. So I must say that, I'm not saying against IVF or IVF should not be done or something. It is the greatest science and technology that we have today, but it has to be done with a lot of caution, with a lot of preparation. Even if you're going through an IVF, or even before you having a thought of conceiving, having to plan a baby, you need to augment your natural fertility. So that's what I'm here to, kind of talk about. So when you increase your natural fertility mechanisms in the body, like, you regulate your hormones, you correct your cycles, you bring rhythm in hormonal secretions. In men, you improve the semen volume, the quality of the semen, the sperm parameters. When you improve, achieving natural conception isn't something that's impossible.
Right.
Okay. So we need to augment our natural fertility before we even subject ourselves to a very harsh treatments, or with treatments that involve a lot of physical, emotional and financial investments.
True.
So I must say that one has to really be prepared for subjecting yourself to treatments like this.
Very true, very true. So according to you and in your practice, you must be seeing so many people, right? What are the top tips that can help someone augment their natural fertility and help to, even achieve conception naturally?
So I must say that anxiety is something that all doctors come across in couples. So that's the first thing that we want to address. Even whether I'm a natural fertility expert or a reproductive endocrinologist who's addressing the problems in a different way, but we need to definitely address the anxiety first. We see couple planning their even the time to get together over the days of ovulation and frequently subjecting themselves to scans and repetitively doing hormones to understand which are the days to get together, and planning their intercourses along with that. Yes, timed intercourse is the first line of management in fertility, especially when you're trying to conceive, but that doesn't mean that it becomes very mechanical. I must say that you have to first work on your relationship. You as a couple should have a very, very natural inclination towards the whole process. The process should not get into mechanical before it becomes medical,
True.
So it has to get a natural line first. Okay, so achieving a good lifestyle to start with, having achieved a good mental and physical balance we're all sedentary, we're all very stressful, we are achieving many things in our careers and all that. It's not easy to, say be stress free. I understand that. We all have our own parts of stresses. But you should be able to draw a balance. You should be able to work on yourself to not get affected with the stresses that's happening on a daily basis.
Sure.
So you must work a lot on your mind before you even start working on your body in terms of achieving fertility. Physical treatments are many. It can be acupuncture, it can be, even yoga as a physical treatment, along with, having a lot of mental impact. These are certain natural treatments that you can seek for, but achieving a good mind status is very, very important. You need to have a very active lifestyle. You need to move, you need to eat healthy, you need to really, have a good thought process in terms of, mental makeup. All those things are very, very important and lays a very good foundation to start your fertility journey.
And you make such an important point. The connection of the mind and the body is undeniable, right? So far, all the ancient rishis and all the masters have been saying it, but now science is bringing it out too.
Yeah.
All right. So what can one do to, make sure that they have a balanced state of mind? What are the tips that you would probably give them?
I would say a lot of things, it happens, we call this cognitive behavioral therapy. You understand what is causing the stress. It can be nothing but achieving pregnancy. If you're trying for conceiving for last 10 months, you've not had tests, or you've had tests, you've come across some problems there, but still having to achieve the pregnancy as a target oriented, you should first come out of that zone. You should try and believe yourself that you can achieve pregnancy, you can be parents very sooner. So having to believe in that having to believe in the thought of, yes, I'm going to nurture a baby inside me, is something that they have to bring in, that kind of thought first. So meditation plays a lot of good role in, in improving your thought process, in converting those negative thoughts to positive thoughts, and helping your overall mind makeup, through meditation and yoga nidra and relaxation techniques. Those are some things that are very, very useful tools. And also something like, you can also bring in aromatherapy. You can introduce a lot of aroma preparations to improve your sleep, improve your relaxation of the mind. A lot of hormonal mechanisms also can, kind of improve with the aromatherapy. So I would definitely want to involve a lot of different preparations. Aromatic preparations are available in the market which can relax your mind and improve your sleep. So having to sleep on the same time and achieving a good 7-hour sleep is also one of the very, very important if you're addressing to achieve hormonal balance. Especially in men, we see the fertility rate declining very, very faster these days. A lot of men are having issues with semen. Their morphology is very low, their count is getting low. They're all healthy otherwise, they do have active lifestyle, but we are feeling that the sleep is one of the factors that's affecting it. You're stressful, you work in the wee hours, so having to sleep in the natural sleep wake hours, is also very, very important.
It's so powerful you make that statement, because when on day by day when we are missing sleep, we don't really realize the long-term impacts on it.
Yes.
And infertility is just one of the issues. You don't know how many other health issues are cropping up as well.
Exactly. So achieving a good nutrition is also something very important. Now, many of the couples who do have the knowledge of what to eat and what not to eat, it's very abundantly available. The resources are available. But I must say, when you're trying to conceive, there are some foods that can favor the fertility faster. For example, if I have to say for male factor, to improve the male factor, it's very easy, because you have to just increase the lycopene content in your food. Lycopene is one of the very potential antioxidant. It has a lot of functions in improving the sperm factors. Lycopene is naturally available in all the red color foods. It can be pomegranate, it can be beetroot, it can be red capsicum, it can be, anything that has got red pigment in it. Okay, tomatoes, anything. So improving or bringing in more of red colored foods for men can improve their natural fertility factors. For women, it's more about germination, because women is it's very important to improve the egg quality and the concept of harboring an embryo inside the womb. So she needs to take more of germinated products. So she needs to go more on sprouts and germinating pulses and
food with life.
Food with life, exactly. So that helps in improving the egg quality in women. Of course, the protein content and the type of protein that you select. A lot of protein sources that are available, but essentials are very few. So having a balanced diet with including all the different sources of protein in the diet is very important. We know that we take shakes, we take a lot of other protein substances, but if your amino acid in the body is that essential amino acid which is required for bringing in the egg quality is not sufficiently given to the women, the egg quality does not go up despite of taking proteins. So L-arginine is something that's very, very important for women to improve the egg quality and even to improve the uterine lining.
Okay.
So L-arginine is naturally available in many of the dals, especially the masoor dal, all the lentils have good amount of L-arginine. So you bring in more of dal soups, into your food and not just stick on to one dal. You bring in a lot of different varieties of pulses. As I told you, include more of sprouts in the diet, and those are things that can immediately, have an effect on the, on the female factors as well. So these type of natural things that you can do at home before even you approach the doctor. These are some of the things that you can start right away inculcating these practices in your day-to-day lifestyle. To just give you a key points, meditate once a day and improve your sleep and do at least say set of 5 selective pranayamas. Just do it whenever you're free. It need not be in the morning, it need not be in the evening, whenever you have time. Just spend some time in just bringing in more of breath work and awareness into your system, and choose the foods that you're eating very carefully. Try not to eat things that are harmful to you. It can be additives, colors in the food, it can be preservatives, it can be a lot of soy that is, we all know soy is bad for fertility, so you can avoid that. So just avoid certain things that are not good for you at this minute, at this moment of time. So these are the things that one can do to adapt a healthy lifestyle and to achieve natural fertility.
Right. Thank you so much, doctor. This is such valuable information and great tips. And I do think that if you got to relax yourself, you can sometimes ask for help when you're feeling, sort of under the heat of the whole thing. There are so many therapies today that, can be used for relaxation. Are there some that you would suggest as a tip for folks who are trying to conceive and want to be in a calmer state of mind?
So yes, Nisha, sleep and relaxation is very, very important. It is in the sleep that many of the body's mechanisms get corrected naturally. Even the hormonal imbalances can get corrected naturally in achieving a good quality of sleep. And a state of relaxation can be achieved with a lot of things, like as I told you, cognitive behavioral therapy, yoga nidra is a very good tool to achieve immediate relaxation. Apart from that, there are a lot of natural treatments, like we spoke about acupuncture. Acupuncture can also improve the natural fertility, and it can help in achieving a good sleep, good state of relaxed mind. Apart from acupuncture, you can also inculcate and incorporate a lot of natural treatments like water treatments. It can be taking a jacuzzi or just having a hip bath. Has a lot of benefit in relaxing pelvic muscles. It reduces the uterine contractions. It also increases the male factor. Hip bath is such a tool to male factor problems. Wherein it can immediately brings down the temperature of the testis. So the sperms thrive well in the lower temperatures. So because of that, we can immediately start reversing male problems when they start taking hip bath on a daily basis.
And so, how is to be done, the hip bath?
Just take a big plastic basin, something that a human being can sit in it comfortably, and put a normal temperature of the water. The water should not be very hot, it should not be very cold. Okay. It should be just at the room temperature. So the room temperature water, you have to just sit inside it with the legs outside. So that your hip area and the lower abdominal area is covered in the water.
Right.
So till your navel, if you have water, that's sufficient. So the cold water relaxes the pelvic muscles immediately, allows more blood flow to enable them, and it also helps in reducing the uterine contractions in women. It can help in overcoming period pains. So it has a lot of benefits like
that. And this is to be done for how long?
About 15 to 20 minutes.
Daily?
If you do not have time daily, it's okay. You can do it even on twice or thrice a week is also good enough to be achieved. So treatments like this can also be done at at their own comfort of the house, and they can start working on their pelvic muscles. They can, there's so many information available about fertility massage. So one can they can learn how to do the pelvic massage themselves, so they can avail the services wherever it's available. So these natural treatments also can help in improving the natural fertility.
Awesome. Thank you very much, doctor, for this valuable information. I hope our viewers will start following some of these tips, and we'll hear more natural pregnancies in our comments as well. If you'd like to book your appointment with Dr. Sneha, she works out of JP Nagar in Bangalore, and I'll put all the details in the description box. This was part 2 of our series on acupuncture and infertility. We'll keep doing more on this soon, so be tuned in. For more content like this, keep liking, sharing and subscribing to BeYourAwesome.in.